Good evening, or I should say good morning, YouTube. Tip height crane here. It's up in New England time. It is probably 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:15. And as you can see in the background there, we've got our 60-ton Terex set up for the power company. Had a transformer that was leaking pretty bad, so kind of a tight spot. The transformer is located in between two buildings right in the middle of downtown, and right there you can see I've got the crane set up, and right to the back of the crane the transformer is like on the other side of a fence in between two buildings. That's the power company. That's the flatbed truck that brought the new transformer. They got the environmental people here right now. They've got once they kill the power to the transformer, the environmental people have to suck all the oil out of the transformer before I can lift it. So that's what I am up to on this weekend, working. And like I say, we're gonna take a little walk here, show you what's going on. Like I said, it's it's an old city, beautiful city, but an old city. And I just barely had enough room. I'm set the crane up. This is what you're looking at here is the main street where traffic is normally going down, but they've got the road shut down. And panning back, there you can see the crane. Can't really see the boom, but I've got about 70 feet of boom out. Can't really see it in the dark. But as we keep walking from the parking lot where the crane is set up, walking out towards the main road, and we are on the main road now. And if you look up that way, you'll see the police have the road blocked off so traffic can't come down. And then panning the other way, there's the rest of the power company's trucks, and they're up there right now securing the lines, putting rubber mats on it, and then they're gonna kill the power. Then once they kill the power, the environmental people will get in there and they will do their job, and they will cut the power, clean the transformer out, and then after all that's said and done, I will lift the old one out, put the new one back in, and give you a little tour of what's going on. It's kind of noisy here right now. They've got a generator going because the transformer, but this is the alleyway that I had to get the crane up into from the main road. I'll give you a tour of that. Now this is where I had to put the crane. I had to drive the crane up through here, up through this alleyway. And it was a very, very tight fit getting the crane up in through here. But I drove up in through here, just barely had enough room to make the swing. And there you can see where the crane is set up, right there. And then you see that guy right there. He's actually standing on top of the transformer. That's the old one that's coming out. And you can see there's a building right there and the building right there. So a very, very tight fit to get the transformer out of there. And if you look up, there's also an overhang right there which comes out from the building. This is what the transformer looks like. This is the new one that's going to be going in. But the old one is identical to this one. So this is what I offloaded off the truck, and this will be taking the place of the old one. And this is the truck, the power company's truck that the old transformer will be going on, and got away from that generator, so it's not as noisy right now. But there you can see the crane, and like I said, if you pan up in the air, you won't be able to see much of the boom because the dark. If you see, you can just barely see the red block with all the flashing lights. But that is where, right where you can see those lights on the back side of that transformer, that's where the old one is right in between those two buildings. But, like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how long this is going to take. All depends on how long it takes them to suck all the oil out of the transformer and clean it. And then I'll lift it once the power's dead. But like I said, that's our 60-ton Terex. Very nice machine. It's a five axle crane. So I just wanted to get on YouTube, and because I know there's not many guys on YouTube. There's only one other channel that does cranes. But I've been operating cranes since 1979, and still going at it. And let's say I'm 56 years old now, and I started operating cranes in 1979. I was 17, 18 years old when I sat in the seat for the first time. But I just thought I'd get on here, give you an idea what my weekend is consistent of. Working. Now I'll try to see if I can get on here when we lift it, but it's going to be kind of hard to do because I got to really kind of concentrate on operating because it's in such a tight area to get it out of there. But I got some downtime, so I just wanted to get on and give you a view of what happens when you are a crane operator. It's not a 9-to-5 job, 5 days a week. Like I said, this call came in working nights, and we get a lot of this from the power company. A lot of nights, a lot of weekends, but you know, these transformers, they don't care what time of the day it is, what day of the week it is. When they decide to blow or leak oil, they don't care. So, yeah, you gotta have patience. Patience is a big thing of being an operator. That's another thing you gotta have. And you've gotta have skill. Some jobs are very easy, some jobs are simple. Then you get a job like this where you're working in very tight quarters. I mean, tight quarters, getting the crane in, setting the crane up. But then, like I say, you can see where I have to lift that transformer out of very tight between two buildings. One building is occupied with apartments. So it's just very tight. So I don't know if I'll be able to film any of it when I'm doing it, because I got to be concentrating on this. And the other big thing is you're working in the dark. And working in the dark is never fun. It's hard to see hand signals. You got equipment run-ins. It's hard to hear people. Daytime obviously is a lot better, but like I said, at nighttime it makes it even harder because you really have to focus. You really can't see 100% what you're doing. You can't see, the guys when they hook up the transformer. You're hoping that they've got it hooked right because you can't see how they've got it hooked up until you've got it in the air. In this case, what I will do is tonight, after it's such a tight area, once they tell me that they've got the transformer hooked up and it's ready to be lifted, I will actually get out of the crane and go over. We've got men here, but as an operator, you know, it always comes down and relies on you. So once they say that the straps are hooked on and the transformer is ready to be lifted, I will actually get out of the crane, walk in that little alleyway, and just lay eyes on it myself to make sure that I do like the way it's hooked and everything's going to be fine. So, I will probably touch base with you and let you know how this came out later. Thanks.